Hello and welcome to Yoga with Ella. I'm Ella, and today's session, today's class is Yin Yoga. So if you would like to join me, please make sure you have a mat, bolster, or a couple of pillows, couple of blankets. I also have 2 blocks, and I will be using my timer just to make sure that we are holding the poses for the right amount of time. Today's Yin Yoga that I have prepared for you is to help you to cool and release anger. Maybe it is just your recent frustration with something, or maybe it is a long-standing resentment. Your body keeps score, and today I'm calling it the Anti-ANGER Yin sequence. So with this being said, I invite you on the mat, and before we begin, you can already start sitting down in a butterfly pose, which is bending your knees, letting the knee drop to the side, feet together. You are going to be rounding your back forward any amount, and just stay here and allow the gravity to work on the body. And what I wanted to tell you is that all today's poses are going to target the liver and the gallbladder meridians, which govern the anger. By holding those passive, deep tissue stretches on the cold body for about 3 to 5 minutes, you access the fascia, and this helps release stored physical tension and allows you to sit with and acknowledge and process the emotions without reacting. As you sit in the pose, at first it may feel like, okay, I can do it, not a big deal. But then you will become more and more frustrated the longer you hold the pose. But just breathe deeply into the pose and let the gravity and the body weight do its job. Don't engage any muscles at all. Just slowly let the gravity pull you down. And by the way, I am playing 432 Hertz frequency that helps us to release the anger stored in the fascia, in the deep connecting tissues of our bodies. I'm just talking longer right now, but as you already know, within the Yin Yoga or restorative yoga, I talk at the beginning, but then I am allowing you to deal with whatever comes up for you. So I'm going to be quiet within the next couple of minutes before we switch to the next pose. Breathe in deeply. Don't give up on yourself. Tension is good, the pain is not. So if you do feel pain, ease off the pose or come up of the pose completely and just come into a child's pose. Otherwise, just breathe deeply into the tension. breathing even deeper, and notice how much lower your body, your torso has gotten from the beginning of the pose just a few minutes ago. Now, raise yourself off the pose really slowly and really gently. Coming out of the pose is as important and getting into those poses. Just sit down straight with your spine and register what you felt in the body. Maybe some emotions came up to the surface, or maybe nothing. Everything is equally good. Right, our next pose is the dragonfly. So open up your legs as wide as you can. And then slowly walk your hands towards the front of the mat. Your sit bones are rooted to the mat. And then soften your neck. And keep the slight bend or arch in your back. Press down evenly, okay? You can rest your elbows on the floor if you got it. And breathe into the tension. Breathe into the opening that you are creating. We are purposefully placing the tension on the liver and gallbladder, which are responsible for the anger. Breathe into the uncomfortable as you hold the pose. Notice how the gravity pulls your body towards the mat, towards the floor. And how you're opening slowly and gently. Tiny microscopic fraction of an inch at a time. Do not force anything, just let the body weight and the gravity to work with you to put the right amount of tension that your body is ready to receive. Maybe you can rest your forehead on your forearms. Maybe not. Both are equally fine. it feels uncomfortable. But keep breathing into the tension. You're almost there. You have 1 more minute to go, and I know you can do it. Breathe in even deeper into that stretch, into that tension, and sink in even deeper into the pose. Sigh heavily. One more time, deep cleansing breath. And sigh fully. And slowly and gently walk your hands back to your body. Just very slow, very gentle. Sit down straight with your spine. You can bring your legs a little bit closer and just register. Register that stretch. Register what you are feeling in your body right now at this moment. I already feel great. Very calm. Right, we're coming to our next pose. Sit down in the middle of your mat for a half happy baby pose, and I'm gonna grab this watch so I can observe the time. Slowly come up on your forearms and then lay down. You have 2 options here. The left leg is either straight or you will bend your knee and place your foot on the mat. With your right hand, grab the right side of your foot and bring your knee parallel to the mat, even to the mat. Just don't pull any muscles, don't engage any muscle. Let the gravity and the body weight help you drop that knee towards the armpit, towards the mat. Feel the tension in your body. And also feel the opening of the hips. Breathe into the stretch. Remember, you are creating a purposeful tension in your liver and your gallbladder to release the stagnant energy of anger from your fascia and from your connective tissues. One more minute here before we switch the sides. Breathe out deeply. Anger comes in many forms. It does not necessarily have to be angry. Emotions that can surface, you might feel like crying as well, like impatience, like betrayal. Slowly, slowly release your right leg towards the mat. And your hand is probably aching, so just grab your right fingers with your left hand and just stretch that hand. And then the other way. Shake your hands, flash them. And let's switch the side. The right leg, it's either straight or bend or half bend. It's up to you. And reach with your left arm for your right foot on the outer edge. And bring that knee closer to your armpit. Let the gravity and the body weight work for you to increase the tension. And feel the opening of your hip and your pelvic floor. Take deep, cleansing breaths. And as you exhale, you can even sigh. Anger is okay. It's a normal emotion, normal human emotion. We feel it when someone crosses our boundaries. As you lay down, you can repeat in your head this affirmation. I allow emotions to flow through me without attachment. I allow emotions to flow through me without attachment. Repeat it again in your head. One more minute left. Breathing deeper and deeper. Sigh out with a sigh. And then slowly, slowly bring that left knee, bend it a little bit more. Release your left hand, release your knee to the floor. And with your right hand, grab your left fingers and pull them towards your shoulders to release the tension in your left arm. And then switch your fingers. Release the other side. Release everything and turn over onto your belly. We're gonna go into a Sphinx pose right now. And with this, you can either use a blanket in the middle of your mat to support your pelvic floor, or you don't have to use it at all, but you can just lay down on the blanket and either stay here with your neck soft, gazing between your wrists, area in a Sphinx pose. And if you want to take it deeper, you may place your hands on the outer edge of the mat, or even a little bit wider if you want, and increase the intensity of the back bend with your arms straight, shoulders away from the ears. Do not engage any muscles in your neck or in your legs. Just your arms remain strong as you press into the hands. As you keep this seal pose for another 3 minutes. This one is a very intense stretch, so if it is too intense for you, just come back to the Sphinx pose on your elbows. Otherwise, just stay here and breathe into this stretch. Breathe into the tension that you are creating on purpose. Releasing the anger stored in your soft tissue, in your deep tissues, in your fascia, in your ligaments, in your joints, bones, and our other gooey webbed material that keeps our body in a form of a human body. Instead of coming down on the ground as a puddle of just juice. Keep breathing into the tension. If looking down on the mat between your wrists is too much, you can just drop your neck down, chin to chest, and keep holding this stretch for another minute and a half. Breathing deeper and deeper. I believe that Yin Yoga is one of the hardest practices because it's very uncomfortable, but I love it because of the way it makes me feel. So I really do hope that it also will make you feel great. I usually journal after I do the Yin Yoga, and sometimes my journaling surprises me what comes out. Half a minute left. Deepen your breath. Take another couple of deep cleansing breaths in and out. And one more time in and fully out. Lower down your elbows one at a time to the mat. And you can lay down on your forearms as you wiggle your hips side to side, releasing the tension that you have just created in your lower back. Do not come out of the pose just yet. Just keep on wiggling your body. And then bring your elbows to your chest and slowly, very slowly, Lift your torso off the mat and come into a child's pose. Whenever you do this pose, make sure that you always follow it up with a child's pose. Rest your forehead on the blanket or on the mat. And breathe in. It was quite a stretch. Really putting the tension on the gallbladder and liver meridians, responsible for anger. It doesn't matter what form it comes with. If it's frustration, disappointment, resentment, build-up of any kind, maybe even rage. Breathing deep. And slowly come with your hands towards your chest. We are setting up for one last pose before we go to Shavasana. For this pose, you will need a bolster or maybe 2-3 pillows stuck on the top of one another. And I have placed 2 blankets on the side. That's where you will be placing your knees. This one is a supported frog. So knee down on the blankets. And as you do, place your hands on the mat to support yourself as you slide open your hips any amount. And then stop when it's no longer comfortable, when the tension is too much. If the stretch is too much, then please do place toes towards each other and maybe lean more towards the back of your heel. But if it is possible for you, create 2 90 degrees angle. So your hip and your knee are at the same line, and then the knee is bent at 90 degrees angle. The foot is bent at 90 degrees angle. And then slowly guide your body onto the bolster on your between your belly, and rest your forehead on the bolster. You can either keep your elbows bent here, or you can just let them go a little bit forward. This is a very uncomfortable position. You can either lay down on either side of your face, on your bolsters or pillows, and feel the tension of the opening of your hips. I'm gonna keep my timers closer so I know when to tell you to come out of it. We have 2.5 more minutes left. Breathe into that tension. Feel your hips opening, tiny microscopic fragment at a time. This one is an intense hip opening. You will probably feel it tomorrow or the next couple of days. And you are accessing a deep fascia. You are accessing your joints, the ligaments, the tendons, releasing all the tensions and all accumulated emotions that is stuck in the area of the gallbladder and liver meridians. Releasing the anger, but without reacting to it. You have half more minute left, so deepen your breath. And this is the pose that you have to be very careful coming out of. So just wait until the last moment, and then place your hands by your rib cage and very slowly bring both toes closer together as you raise your torso off the bolster and slide your knees closer together, very slowly, inch by inch by inch. Do not rush it. That feels great. I don't know about you guys, but I feel like I melted onto that floor. And finally, our last pose. You can use any props that you would like. My favorite Shavasana is by placing 2 blocks at the bottom of the mat and placing the bolster on the top of it. Placing 1 blanket as my pillow, making sure that it's all straight. Laying down on the mat by placing my legs on the top of the bolster, and then making sure that my shoulders remain on the mat while my head is supported by the pillow. I like to also curl the pillow the blanket a little bit to support my neck, and I like to use the second blanket to put it on the top of my pelvis and top of the thighs, opening up my hands to the side into Shavasana. Breathe in deep and breathe out, and just see your body. How does it feel right now? Let the tension melt into the mat. I'm gonna leave you in the silence, and meanwhile, I just wanted to say that I am very grateful that you have decided to join today's class to release your anger through Yin Yoga practice. And also I wanted to tell you to thank yourself for coming down onto the mat, for taking time just for you. Breathe in and out, and let's quiet down. You can remain in this pose past the ending of the class.
can continue staying in Shavasana. And for all of you who are ready, remove the blanket from the top of your pelvis if you had it. Bring your knees towards your chest and place your feet on the floor. And drop your knees to your favorite side, giving one last breath of gratitude for this practice. One more breath of gratitude for yourself. And then with your hands, lift yourself off the mat into an easy seating position. Place your hands to your heart. Bow your head towards your hands. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me for this Yin Yoga class, and I will see you in the next classes. Bye.